Hello, hello, hello! So today we are doing the fourth look in my 2020 Halloween season, series, whatever you want to call it, and it appears that I have lost my eye. Okay, anyway, but this look is probably my favorite that I have done so far this year. It was so much fun and so creepy looking. I absolutely loved it. So if you guys want to know how I created this, then let's go ahead and jump right into it with boom, my naked face. I filmed this really late at night and I actually had a lot more fun doing Halloween looks late at night. Oh, and I broke a nail. I was super pissed about it. But yeah, that's why I look a little bit rough, because I was doing like chores all day and then just decided to film. But anyway, that's beside the point. So here is the little prosthetic that we're going to be using today. But before we do any of the gluing, we are going to protect our eyebrow. Now, to protect your eyebrows from any of the Pros-Aide or liquid latex, I am using the glue stick method. This is the purple washable glue stick, and I'm basically just making my eyebrow as flat as humanly possible and then making sure that each layer is dry. And to do that, I'm just using a little $10 fan that I got off Amazon that has literally saved my life. And then once that is dry, I am just going over the eyebrow with just some translucent setting powder. This is basically protecting our eyebrow with a little bit of a layer from the glue so we don't rip our entire eyebrow off, because that would be awful. So once I have that all ready to go, I am making sure that I want it on this side, and I'm making sure where I want to for sure place it. And then once I have made up my mind, we are going to start gluing it down. Now this is probably the most time-consuming process, and to do that I am using just some regular Pros-Aide, and I am first starting by putting the Pros-Aide all over the back of the prosthetic right here, and then taking my fan and kind of letting it dry and get a little bit tacky. And then I'm also applying the Pros-Aide to my face where I know I am going to be applying it. And since we did protect our eyebrow, don't worry too much if you get it on the eyebrow area, because you covered it. It's good. It's safe. It has a condom on. So once things were nice and tacky and sticky is when I very carefully took my time with the prosthetic and laid it in one area, got it stuck down, and then moved on to all of the other areas. I had the hardest time getting it to stick in like my temple region, because I don't know, I have such a small face, so when it comes to using these type of prosthetics that you can get pretty much at any Halloween store, I always struggle with that. So what I did is I held it in place, and I just took some extra Pros-Aide and just kind of painted around the edge to get them to stick better, and used my fan to get it to dry faster for each layer. And after a few solid tries, I was finally able to get it to stick. So just really kind of take your time and concentrate on making sure that everything is flat and on your face. The next step in this process is I'm just taking some liquid latex, good old liquid latex. Everyone should have this in their SFX Halloween kit. This stuff is da bomb. And I'm basically taking my brush and kind of going around the prosthetic to kind of prepare the edges for the cotton ball, which you will see in just a little bit. But this just kind of flattens everything out and starts to disguise the edges. So just kind of go around it in that little circle with some liquid latex and start painting. And also make sure you let it dry in between each layer. So once I was finally ready to get it all nice and built up, I put a fresh layer of wet liquid latex down, and then I unrolled a cotton ball and then very carefully just kind of maneuvered it around the prosthetic. This is going to kind of build up where we're going to have all of that blood, guts, and gore kind of thing. Now, this process is very messy. It's very sticky, so you are going to have little remnants of cotton ball on your fingers, but, you know, it's okay. It's part of the fun. It's part of the season. So I unrolled one full cotton ball for the top portion, and then I put another little half down on the lower portion as well. And once I had the cotton ball all nice and laid down, I went over top of everything with another layer of liquid latex just to kind of make it harden and set it into place. And depending on your own personal preference, you can do one layer, you can do 2, 3, 4, whatever look you are going for. It's really kind of all up to you. But each time you lay a cotton ball down, you want to put liquid latex over top of it and then let it dry in between each layer. And then, of course, making sure all of the cottony fluffs are laid nice and flat. And then the most awful thing happened to me. I spilled an entire bottle of Prozaid in my lap. I was so pissed. 3, 2, 1, here it is.
Virtually try them on Parker app.
Oh dear.
So after cleaning that lovely mess up, I basically went in and did all of the finishing touches on the eye with the cotton balls. I did decide to build up the top just a little bit more with another little piece of cotton and liquid latex. Also, if you're wondering what I was looking at, I was watching the movie Shawshank Redemption. That's why I keep looking down. That movie is so good. Once everything was dry, I went over top of everything with just some translucent setting powder. Now, you do need to do this step. After you have everything all set in place, set it with some translucent powder, and then I'm going in with my NARS Natural Radiant Liquid Foundation and putting that all over my face, and we're also going to be putting it over top of the cotton that we applied as well. Now, the color match isn't going to be perfect, but don't worry too much about it, because as you saw from the beginning clips, we're going to be covering it up with all sorts of blood and stuff. So just, it doesn't have to be neat. Just put it on there. Now it is time to start painting and making this look a little bit more realistic. So I am going in with just some cream color stacks that I got from the Halloween store. These are super cool, super effective. And I'm starting out with the top one, which is the brightest red color. And on just an old foundation brush, I'm basically going all around the perimeter where we applied the cotton. This is gonna make it look like our eye pretty much exploded out of our head. And then to make it look a little bit more three-dimensional, I am going in and adding some darker reds and some like browny purple colors just to make it look a little bit more deep and 3D and kind of pop out at ya. So I'm basically just applying a majority of these colors to the outer part, and then I also go on the inside of the eyeball where my eye would be and adding some darker colors in there as well. Also, I was talking to my boyfriend. He was in the room when I was doing this, and we were talking about how ridiculous I looked. And then I also decided to rub some of just the excess cream paint over top of the bony texture that was still showing. I just thought this looked a little bit better because if your eye actually did explode, it wouldn't be perfectly white. So I just kind of scribbled that there. Then we're going to go in with, of course, some bloody scab, and we're going to be applying that all over the prosthetic area where we applied the cotton, just to make it look like there's a bunch of, you know, coagulated thick blood all around the area. I don't know. This stuff is so freaking fun for me. Like, I have so much fun with this stuff. I love it. Is anyone else like that? Is it just me? I don't know. Let me know. And then I forgot to show the up-close shots of this, but I did go back in with those cream paints that we used for the red, and I took a mixture of the yellow, browns, and greens and just kind of put that all around the area, because I'm sure the skin around the area wouldn't be exactly, you know, pristine. So I just kind of wanted to make it look like it was spreading. So that's just what I did there. And then we're going to go in with the humongous bottle of blood. Oh my gosh, so cool. I love the fact that I own a bottle of blood. Like, how awesome. And I'm just going in and I'm going to start shining this up, making it look nice and juicy and wet. And then I'm also going to kind of let some of the drips flow down my face, kind of on my cheek area, next to my nose, right below the eye, you know, all that good stuff. Just get crazy with it, have fun with it. And then just to kind of quickly finish up the rest of my face, I'm going in with this dead gray face powder that I also got from Spirit Halloween. And I just took a little bit of this and kind of put it pretty much wherever. I just took an eyeshadow brush and I used some of it to go on my lips to make them look nice and dead. I also used some on my eye, just in the crease area. I also filled in my eyebrow, the one remaining, with it a little bit too, and I also used it for a little bit of contour. Now, the one thing you're probably noticing is, Bree, the prosthetic has a blue eye, and you have brown eyes. Don't worry, we're gonna fix it right now with just a simple blue contact. Now, this contact doesn't match perfectly because in the prosthetic, it's more of a natural blue, but I had these blue Manson contacts, and I thought they were pretty damn cool. So once you put the contact in, this look is complete, and oh my gosh, it looked so gory and so cool. I absolutely love the way that it turned out. It looks pretty realistic. I mean, I've never personally exploded my eye, but you know, it looks pretty good. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you go down and give it a huge thumbs up. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. Let me know what you think down below. Also, if you are new here and this is the first video of mine that you are seeing, as always, make sure you go down and hit that red subscribe button. I do upload every 3 to 4 days here. But until then, I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys!